What is bus minus, and how does it work? You probably have observed in Navigator that there is a destination signal for every fader. These are the inputs to each fader, as you can tell in the system grid by what source signal they are connected to, or by left-clicking on the signal name and observing the details area. We will use an LX24 in this example, so the signals would be LXN01, LXN02, etc. As with most audio control surfaces, the inputs have bus assigned switches, and the fader's audio is contributed to the buses it's assigned to and appears at those bus outputs along with whatever audio was also assigned to that same bus. All normal stuff you're accustomed to seeing. Within the Wheatstone system, however, in addition to the destination input to each fader, there is also a source output from each fader. These are the bus minus signals. Very useful signals for things like IFB feeds, caller feeds, anywhere you want either a bus output with that fader's audio minused from it, or if used as a direct out, any place you just need that fader's signal routed to an output of its own. As you also may have noticed in Navigator, there is a row of sources labeled with your control surface type, again LX24 in this example, followed by the indication LXBM01, LXBM02, etc. You will notice there's also one of these source signals for every fader. These are the outputs from each fader, for use as needed, either as a bus minus signal or as a direct out that you can route to the destination of your choosing in the grid by connecting these signals to a desired destination. When being used as a bus minus signal, which is the default configuration, the signal contains whatever of the control surface main buses has been selected as the base mix, which is programmed by default, minus that fader's own audio signal. When it is changed in the VDIP settings to be used as a direct out, it will contain only that fader's audio. What audio appears in the bus minus signals is determined in VDIP settings in the control surface GUI. Remember, VDIP settings are per source and per surface, and not per fader, meaning the VDIP settings will follow the source no matter what fader it is selected on. For the IP12, IP16, L8, and L12 control surfaces, the bus minus signal in Navigator is always the output of the same fader, regardless of what source is selected for the fader. Be mindful of this if you make a connection from a bus minus signal in Navigator and later change the source for that fader. It doesn't automatically change the bus minus to destination connection you made in Navigator. In the LX24 and E-Series control surfaces, this is a configurable option in the ops.txt file. The LX24 and E-Series control surfaces ship with the default being that the bus minus assign follows the source assign, like VDIP does, and does not follow the fader. See Appendix 1 in the Control Surface Manual for more details about how to change that default setting if desired in the LX24 or E-Series control surfaces as shown in the ops.txt sample below. Let's take a closer look at VDIP so we can see what it contains in reference to the bus minus signals. Notice the drop-down selector labeled, depending on the control surface type, either bus minus source or bus minus base mix. This is where you choose the bus that you wish to appear as the bus minus output. What that means is that if you choose program, for example, and have mic 1, mic 2, and a CD player all assigned to program on their input modules, the bus minus outputs will contain the following. BM01 will have mic 2 and the CD player, but will not have mic 1. BM02 will have mic 1 and the CD player, but not mic 2. BM03 will have mic 1 and mic 2, but not the CD player. As you can see, when not configuring as a direct out, the bus minus signal will always have its own fader's audio minused from it. Now let's look at the bus minus signal as a direct out. You will notice also in VDIP there are as many bus minus direct out checkboxes as you have faders on your control surface. The way the checkboxes work is like this. If you have the source mic 1 showing in VDIP and you check boxes 1 through 5, but don't check boxes 6 through 24, then anytime mic 1 is selected as a source for faders 1 through 5, the bus minus signals BM01 through BM05 will be a direct output of the same audio that's selected for the fader. And anytime mic 1 is selected as a source for faders 6 through 24, the bus minus signals BM06 through BM24 will be the bus minus base mix bus minus the fader's own audio. Now you hopefully have a better understanding of the bus minus signals and how to configure them to suit your needs.